How you doing?
Walk into a gun show and you find yourself in a weapons superstore. From handguns to assault rifles, it's all here and it is all on sale. In many cases, with virtually no questions asked.
So you get 90 shots. That's an assault rifle.
Yeah, major.
When Target 5 took a hidden camera to a gun show in Boone County this weekend, we quickly found out what the so-called gun show loophole was all about. This man was selling an SKS and an AK-47, two high-powered assault rifles.
No background check, no paperwork. If you see a gun here you like, pay me for it, take it with you.
That's because he's what's known as a private seller, a vendor who says he's selling his personal collection, and that makes him exempt from federal laws requiring background checks before gun sales. By some estimates, a quarter to a half of vendors at gun shows are private sellers and therefore not required to do background checks.
So this gun is more powerful than what police use.
Hell yeah.
This private seller showed us a .45 caliber Winchester Magnum, nicknamed the Grizzly because one shot will kill a bear. Once again, the seller told us he doesn't do background checks.
You buy the guns from me, I just check your ID to make sure that you're a Kentucky resident. Buy the gun and walk off.
The ATF says letting people walk off without background checks means private sellers have no way of knowing if they're selling to a violent felon or someone who intends to traffic the guns on the street, and that can have deadly consequences. The ATF says all 4 guns used in the Columbine school shootings came from gun shows, and while 16 states, including Colorado, have taken steps to close the gun show loophole, the other 34, including Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana, have not. Back at the gun show in Boone County, the guy with the .45 mag told us he writes down the name and license number of people he's selling to, just in case.
That's my background check. I just keep a record of it. Safest way for me to do it.
Right.
When you got guys out here walking around trading in the highways and stuff like that, you don't know who's out here in the highway.
You don't know who's out here.
Could be a criminal out here. He's going to do some trade, get a gun, and go to rob liquor stores.
Do people do that?
People have been known to do that. Be surprised how many people do that.
And that has groups like the Brady campaign in Washington, D.C. pushing for change.
You're just making it really easy for criminals and fugitives and gangbangers to get guns, and not just get them easily, but as many as they want and any type that they want.
But gun rights advocates say stricter gun laws have not slowed the crime rate and have not stopped the majority of criminals from getting guns.
I'm not saying the whole background check should be done away with. I'm saying it has not been proved to be effective.
So expanding it doesn't help anything.
Expanding it makes no sense whatsoever.
It makes sense to people like Stephanie Couch, whose son was gunned down during a robbery outside a Cincinnati nightclub back in August.
You know, the government would do an extensive background investigation of someone for a job, but not for a gun. That's scary.
And with thousands of gun shows every year, some say the reason for concern is all around.
What are you packing?